right. So do you want to get into first we'll start what's going on this week. Michael Cohen today testified in the hush money trial, I guess they're calling it, for the second day in a row. I think today was the cross-examination, but over the last or yesterday, he did have some pretty riveting testimony from most people that were in the courtroom that listened to it, said he was, pretty solid on the stand, that he was very businesslike, matter of fact, and that one of the descriptions I heard is that the jury was riveted by his testimony. And of course, Donald Trump was falling asleep during half of it. And the other half, he was agitated and he was flipping through papers and probably telling an attorney that's way smarter than him, but probably not as smart as we think he is, what to do. And this guy's probably like, God damn it. All right. I mean, we'll do whatever it is you want to do, but it's your case, bro. But anyway, Michael Cohen testified a few things that Donald Trump directed him to make the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels, and that if that story had gotten out, that it would be a complete and total disaster for him. He even made a comment, or Michael Cohen testified to the fact that Donald Trump had said to him, if he gets divorced from Melania, what's the big deal? How long will I be on the market? But he did indicate that would be a disaster for him for the election. Women would hate him. Men would think it's cool. Yeah. I personally didn't think it was cool, but men would think it was cool. Women would hate him. And that's what he testified to yesterday. I don't know if you caught any of the cross-examination today or anything that happened there. The only thing I saw right before I came on is that the defense attorneys weren't really hitting him very hard. Have you heard anything?
Yeah, he was just calm, right? Like he started off not really answering yes or no. I probably said that, whatever. But, he came across as they tried to make him come across as someone who had a vendetta, who was upset. Is this your podcast? Did you call him an orange turd? Did you call me, this name? And it's just like, yeah, probably. Of course, I was mad. I was upset. It's like, but he's already testified, and we already know that he said this was his guy, right? He would have taken a bullet for Trump. He said that. So once someone does you wrong that you said you would take a bullet for, of course you want accountability. Like
he got that $130,000 from a home equity line of credit from his home. Right. That's where he got it from. And I think the one thing that, people are bringing it up. Michael Cohen went to jail for this very thing.
Went to jail.
So why Donald Trump wouldn't, it wouldn't make any sense. And just from all the testimony, and Stormy Daniels was last week, and from everybody's reviews of her, she was just as calm, cool, and collected on the stand.
They couldn't knock her for anything.
Isn't it funny that Stormy Daniels is... her. Yeah, isn't it funny that she's revered as smarter than Donald Trump? That people would look at her and go, she's actually way smarter than that guy.
Yeah, but they tried to slut shame her, right? Like Hope Hicks.
How can you slut shame Stormy Daniels? She doesn't give a fuck.
Right, but that's what the cross tried to do with asking her about her movies, how many movies she's made, because basically, like, what's the big deal here? This is what you do anyway, right? Like,
I think they tried to make it look like she was making up a story, and they brought up some sort of question as to whether or not she said, well, porn and you having sex is made up stories. And she responded, well, no. The sex is very real, just like it was with your client. And it's just like you walk right into it.
And she said, if I made this up, it would have been a better story.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. So Stormy was a badass, but Donald Trump did another one of his goofy little press conferences outside of the courtroom. I don't know when this was, but he was quoting some very important legal scholars on whether or not this trial is legitimate. And take a listen to this, because we're fair on the show, and we're going to listen to what he has to say and what these important people have to say too.
No crimes have been committed. There's been no crime. Judge Janine Pirro, she talks here. She's very excited here. He's a fool. He's not an experienced judge. So I'll make that one a little short. I don't want to insult anybody.
Yeah, there you have it, Lana. Judge Janine Pirro says that this judge is not experienced, he's a fool, and that this trial really has no merit. That's Judge Janine Pirro, who I think at one point in her career had some sort of legitimacy, but just like a lot of these MAGA idiots, they had some sort of legitimacy in their careers, and they just completely make fools of themselves for this clown. And we're going to see a few more of those clowns. But Lana, what do you have to say?
I just want to say I'm upset with the media. I know it doesn't.
Oh, me too. But go ahead. Go on.
I'm so fucking sick of, we need to know what's going on with this, but not every fucking minute of the day with every show.
Mm-hmm. Like, I agree.
It's asinine, from the friggin' accountants that they had on. It's just like, it's nonstop, and you just hear them reading what's going on in the courtroom. Meanwhile, Biden is like making deals in Wisconsin for Microsoft, making deals in Texas for Samsung. He's fucking campaigning all over the place, and these motherfuckers won't talk about Biden, won't cut away. He had a freaking speech today. They wouldn't cut away. And then they'll cut away to say Biden's behind in the polls.
Yes. Well, by the way, that one deal in Wisconsin where the Microsoft building is going, that's where Donald Trump went into Wisconsin and promised this big thing through Foxconn, and that everything was going to be done. Never happened. And now the land is available. So now he's going into Wisconsin and he's putting a Microsoft, and there's more jobs that he's creating.
Yes, more fucking jobs, more union jobs, more work.
Manufacturing, all this stuff. It's just, we're going to get into that in a little bit, because I'm going to bring up that New York Times Siena poll that just came out not too long ago. But before we do that, Donald had some of his sycophants and Du Bois come to his rescue. I don't know what this is. I mean, first of all, what it is pathetic that you're a grown man and you have to call in people like Vivek Ramaswamy and Byron Douglas and Tommy Tuberville and all these people for phony support. And your own family's not even there. I mean, shouldn't that? It doesn't matter. But anyway, here's a guy that I thought we have lost for a while, and now we got to listen to him. I'm so glad he was gone for the amount of time that he was. But here's Vivek Ramaswamy. By the way,
oh my God,
it's gonna be funny. He says something and he's on fire and he's gonna give it to the media and he's gonna tell everybody what's really happening. But he makes a little mistake here at the end.
Vivek is here right now, so he can speak for himself. He said,
hold on, I'm sorry. This is Donald Trump, by the way. This is him letting us know what Vivek thinks about the trial, and then we'll get to his clip. What?
Vivek is here right now, so he can speak for himself. He said this is a sham trial. It's politically motivated. It's an assault on the leading candidate for U.S. president. I would expect he would say something good, actually, so I won't go through the rest, but he's here. He's going to talk to you. The Speaker of the House is here.
That's code for Vivek. I just told you what to say.
We have Byron Donalds. Corey is here. We have a lot of great people here.
Isn't his name Donaldson?
I thought it was.
Them speak here. I guess they want to make it difficult for them to speak. So for some reason, I can speak here, but I'm the only one that's allowed.
How about that poor lawyer in the background? By the way,
he
legal scholar Vivek Ramaswamy definitely.
Oh, it is Donalds. I keep calling.
Okay, Byron Donalds.
So right,
because you know what's funny is that would anybody be shocked if Donald Trump got his name wrong?
Oh,
especially
no.
the black guy.
Exactly. I totally thought it was Donaldson. I may have tweeted Donaldson today. I don't even know. To be honest, I don't know.
Us getting it wrong is certainly
true.
In a way understandable, because he's another one that is just so. These guys are so pathetic. I was just like, I just don't understand, and I think they know, right, Lana? They know what they're doing. They know how pathetic they look, but it's all in the it's all for power, and it's all for I need these voters at some point in my life. So I am going to do what I probably have made fun of other men doing for my whole life, and I'm going to do it. And they look sad and pathetic.
They really do.
Ay, 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 I just
And we're
couldn't.
saying the same thing. All of them. The same thing.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So here's legal scholar Vivek Ramaswamy, and you're going to listen at the end here. He made a little mistake.
Bless our country. I pray for our future, and let's pray for our country being stronger on the other side of this disgusting sham prosecution. Doug?
Whoops.
Politician.
Yeah. He's thinking the same thing we are. He's a sham. He knows it.
He know they all say the same. Sham, the judge's daughter. Vivek needs to shut the fuck up, because Ann Coulter told his brown ass she wouldn't even vote for him because he is not from this country.
And Vivek Ramaswamy was the guy. Certainly there's a clip out there that we can find. I know he said it, that racism does not exist anymore in this country, but a white woman told him to her face on his show within the first 60 seconds of that show that I would not vote for you because you are Indian. And Lana, I brought this up before. There are people saying you're not allowed to say that anymore. This bitch came out. If somebody said 20, 30, 40 years ago on an interview that I will not vote for you because their career is over.
But she said it about Nikki Haley. She said Nikki Haley needs to go back to her country. So what the fuck did he think that she was going to say about his ass? Like, what if, and all he could do is just laugh like, you fucking pathetic punk ass. Like, oh my God. Damn.
And you know what's crazy is that the supposed manly party, the whole MAGA faction who keeps running around talking about being manly and guns and whatever the fuck it is they think is manly, you know, they see these guys and they cheer them on because you're on the side of daddy. You're on the side of our hero. So I don't think they look at it the same way we do. I think they look at it and they cheer him and they go, yeah, that's for daddy. And, you know, they're doing their job to fight for daddy.
Orange daddy, huh?
Oof.